guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. This video shout out goes to my Robbles? I'm so sorry. I think I'm butchering both of your names, your first and your last name. Oh, I'm so sorry. If you've watched a few of my videos, you know that I suck with last names, and first names. Anytime it's just anything that's out of the ordinary, but it is a beautiful spelling either way. So I have to give you a shout out, especially when you were talking about Carity, because I had never heard of them up until, I want to say, 8 months ago or so. No, maybe a year ago now. I think it's actually been a year, and the first palette I ever got from them, I instantly fell in love, and then I tried a few brushes, and ever since then, the E31, I literally cannot go without using. I have 2 or 3 backups because it is amazing. That company is so... It's just everything about it. I really urge you to go check them out, read their story. Everything about them online is just incredible. What they are doing, how they cut out the middleman, how they keep their costs low while keeping their quality high. And just grab a palette, try it out. Grab the E31 if you want to try out one brush. I would suggest that brush. I do use quite a few brushes, but if you're trying out just one, that one is definitely my favorite out of their collection, and you can't go wrong. It's just... their formulation is awesome. So thank you so much for watching that video and taking the time to comment. I hope that you have subscribed and become a fawn, and you're now part of the fawn family. And if you are, everybody here is going to love you, so I had to give you a shout out. Now today's video is on the ColourPop and ILUVSARAHI collaboration. You guys, I'm really sorry I'm out of it right now. I have a horrible migraine and my pain medication has kicked in. We were originally going to the Secretary of State so I could finally get a Michigan driver's license. I've still had my Ontario driver's license all these years, even though I've been in Michigan for 7 years now. So I grabbed this palette because I did this ColourPop haul where I grabbed a bunch of the 4-pan palettes. I can't even remember, 2 months ago maybe, when I showed you guys that ColourPop mini haul, and I have never used any of those palettes. So I thought, today's a great day to put it to the test because I was in a rush. We had the kids, and as soon as the kids were gone, we were gonna rush off to Secretary of State. So I wanted to see if you really could pull off an eye look using just 4 shades, just using this palette. And if it worked out well, awesome. And you could. I did this whole look. At the end of the day, I did end up smudging one Marc Jacobs eyeliner at the bottom, which you so wouldn't need to do, but I had it, so I did it. But the top, I used nothing but this. I did put down some glitter glue because initially we were gonna go do a bunch of errands afterwards. So I did use glitter glue, but I didn't use any other shadows aside from these shadows. So it was great to put to the test, but we didn't end up making the cutoff time because things ended up happening around the house and my migraine hit and I got too slow, so we'll have to go tomorrow. But by the time this video is up, it's gonna be days after anyway because I've already done quite a few tutorials. So my review on this is that the end result I'm very happy with. The shadows do perform really well and they swatch really funny. So this one swatches very weak. The payoff is not there when you finger swatch. This one swatches somewhat chalky and uneven. This one swatches beautifully, and this one is awful when you swatch it. It is chunky, it is dry AF, like, it's just, and then when you try to, like, I wish you guys could feel this. It's terrible, but it somehow works. Like when I was blending it, I was expecting it to be like jumping and patchy and just a terrible disaster, because you can't, like, this is like so dry. I can't even begin to like explain this to you guys. This is one of the worst feeling eyeshadows I have ever touched. This is hurting my hand. It's like, I'm not kidding. This is hurting. I don't know if you can even see how red my hand is getting from that. So when I swatched it, I was like, oh my God, maybe I made the worst decision ever, because I was in such a rush and there's so much left on the finger, but it's just like, I don't know what they did, but it works. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is that it does work, because I took just one blending brush and I blended it out and it blended and they all worked together really nicely. I had no blending issues at all. I had next to no fallout. They were really, there's a lot of kickback in the pans, so you just want to make sure that you like really blow it out, because even just swatching it like that, there was transfer into the other shadows, so just blow, that way you don't get any shades that are stuck into the metallics, so it doesn't get messy. But I mean, aside from that, I love it, and I really love this eye look a lot. Like, I would recreate it and I would use this palette again, because it is really a one-step palette. I mean, I really don't have any complaints with how it performed. I cannot believe that this worked, because this was such a disaster. So, but it works. Whatever they did, it still works, despite this being the most terrible thing I've ever felt in my life. So if you guys want to see how to get this eye look, and you want to see everything in action and see how somehow this magically still works, then just keep on watching. Alright, I think a few people have voted for indie brands. I know Cherise has for sure. Today I'm in a major rush, and the indie brands are going to definitely take a long time to swatch, because I have so many individual eyeshadows. I have to place them in palettes, write down the shades. Like, they're going to take some time, so I'm definitely going to get to them. But because I just don't have the time today and I still have to put makeup on, I've been dying to use, you guys know I did like that ColourPop haul where I picked up a bunch of the 4-pan of these guys a while back, and I still have not used it. And the ILUVSARAHI, I think is how you say it, is the one that spoke to me the most, and I've been really wanting to use this one for months now, and I still haven't had a chance. So this is what it looks like, and this is what I thought I'd go in with, because it's basic and it should be fairly quick and easy. But then I swatched it, and this looks awful. So I don't know. I mean, that is terrible. This other one wasn't too bad. The coral is not that impressive. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to lay down some glitter glue for sure. So here's to hoping. I'm gonna start with my Carity E31 and dip into this baby and see what, wow, that's a lot of kickback. So this, like, quick and easy, may have been the worst idea I've had, but hopefully not. I don't know why my eye is watering so badly again, but this is blending out really nicely despite the kickback, and this one isn't the one that swatched terribly, but it didn't swatch nicely either. but it does seem very buildable and it is blending. You just need to really blow it in between each use because there was a lot of transfer from this shade into both of the metallics, and you wouldn't want that sitting there for too long and mixing into them, so just blow, but it really does blend out really nicely and builds up really nicely, so at least that works. Now this is the shade I'm about to go in with, which is the one that's scaring me a little bit. I'm scaling down my brush to my Moda Pro. If you guys know by now, I'll just say my Moda Pro. So, this is so dry and chalky. It is unreal. Okay, put that in the crease and slightly above. All right, well this shadow works. It could definitely be more creamy, but I'm getting a lot of payoff and it is blending. It's just a little bit more dry, but it's not patchy or anything. I am like pleasantly surprised by that, so it is doing its job. Now I'm just gonna go back into the first shade with my Carity E31 and just blend everything together. I'm actually going to take the dark shade and my Milani All Over Shader brush and put that as a base because I think that the metallics are going to need to be amped up as much as possible. They just seem really weak to me, so we're just going to finish covering the whole lid. Now I'm going to take some Too Faced glitter glue and then just take any kind of concealer brush that you have. I'm going to put that all over my lid because I think, again, these need all the help they can get. I'm not sure, but I'm not risking it. This will help keep everything in place and help amp up the intensity of the metallic shades as well. And I'm going to take my MAC 242 brush. First, I'm going to dip into the peach color. Go to her well. Milani her up. And make it a halo. I'm going to amp it up some more, but I need to get the base down before the glitter glue dries. So I'm going to flip the brush over, go into the other shade, and put that on the inner and outer corner. Milani her up. All right. And I'm gonna wipe my brush off and start amping up these shades. Okay, and these shades are called, oh, they're not in order. Okay, one of the metallics is Heavy Glam, and one of the metallics is Lit. One of the mattes is Chic Happens, and one of the mattes is Razy. But they're not in order. Unless they're backwards? Okay, maybe they're backwards. Because that would make sense then. So maybe we have Razy, Lit, Chic Happens, and Heavy Glam if they're backwards. Because I think you can buy these individually, in case you guys were wondering. So I'm going to go back into the Peachy Coral shade. Line it up and start building that color. Now I'm going to go into the other metallic and do the same thing. All right, I'm actually really happy with how this came together. So I'm gonna go do my other eye off of camera, my face, lashes line, all of that, and then I will be back to do the lower lash line. Alright, so I finished up my face, and as usual, everything will be listed down below, but I'll go over a couple of things. I am wearing my Kim Tai Cake Face Beauty lashes, the hubby approved ones. I also put on my Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold, yes, Bar of Gold highlight. It's been a minute since I've used this baby, and I love her. And I'm also using my NYX Ombre Blush in Mauve Me. I have an extremely bad headache, so I had to take some painkillers, so they kicked in a little bit, and we were in a rush to go to Secretary of State. We ended up missing the deadline, so after this, I'm literally going to wash my face and go cuddle with the hubby. So sorry if I'm a little bit out of it now. I also popped on MAC. I found these little like caps on Amazon, so you can actually see the shade of your lipsticks for MAC. Isn't that awesome? I didn't know that existed, and I was searching for more little vanity things to be able to organize. So if you guys have MAC lipsticks and it drives you crazy like it did with me because you can't see the colors, they make them and it's a perfect fit. It's not a lie. So I'm wearing the shade Captive A17, which is a satin shade, and I just put a little topper, which you can't really see the color, but it's Anastasia's lip gloss in Sunset Strip. So now we can get going on finishing up the lower lash line. Alright, I'm going to start by taking one of my Marc Jacobs Highliner gel crayons in the shade Plumage, and I'm going to smudge, I'm so used to saying smoke beneath the lower lash line. Smudge this baby beneath the lower lash line. It's just a really nice shade of purple. Now taking my Wayne Goss number 20 brush, I'm going to dip into that shade and smoke it beneath the lower lash line. Now taking a pencil brush, I'm going to take this shade and get it as nice and tight to the lower lash line as possible. Now I'm going to take my MAC 212 brush and this shade and put that beneath the entire lower lash line, but nice and tight to the lower lash line. So I'm going to try to pick that up. Milani her up. And get to smudging. Alright, this makeup look is complete. I just have to go get dressed, do my hair, and I will be right back. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the eye look that I came up with, and if you were hemming and hawing on any of these shades, at least now you know how they perform and how they work together. I don't know if this palette is still available, but I'm pretty sure that these shades are all sold individually, so I think you can still at least get your hands on them as individual shadows. And like I said, it's really weird how the shades are written, so I think it's just backwards, but I mean, you'll see it online anyway, and you'll be able to tell what's what by me at least telling you Heavy Glam is a metallic, Lit's a metallic, and then Chic happens, and Razy is a matte, are mattes. So I don't know, but if Saucy is available anywhere as a palette, or you can find ILUVSARAHI on, you know, any of the sites that sell the makeup, I'm totally blanking, Poshmark or any of those, then it still is a good palette. It's just unbelievable on that one shadow. I don't know how it still performs as well as it does. But if you guys have OCD like I do, this gets extremely, oh, it's white. There you go. Extremely, extremely messy. Like, this was my first time ever using it, and it is so dirty. Now, I'm going to put the sleeve back over it and hide the mess and keep it like this anyway, but just so you guys are aware, it does get very, very dirty, but that's all of the ColourPop 4-pan palettes anyway. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please share it, please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys.